We're gonna attempt to make something out of these Rainbocorn eggs. They're just kind of cool looking, but we hate to just, I hate to just throw them away. So we're gonna do kind of a Mod Podge craft with them. I wanted to try to take the horns out. They're in there pretty good. I think I'd have to have a tool, but I'm wondering if we just face them this way, if they will look that bad from the front view. So we've got some duct tape to hold them together. We'll see how they turn out. Okay, decided to take the horns out. I didn't like them. Just kind of look tacky. So what I am doing, which is probably not real safe, but I took a knife and I jabbed it down the side, and then I rotated the horn and it cut it. I'll try to do a little picture to show. So here's the knife inside, and then I hold the knife and then I twist the horn and it'll cut it out around it, and then of course you can just take it out. But obviously do not use the knife if you're a kid by yourself. Do not use the knife at all. And for adults, I'm kind of clumsy, so this is a little risky for me too, so just be extremely careful. We took some duct tape, closed off the holes, got duct tape all around to keep the eggs together, and now it's time to Mod Podge. Before I got started, I took a piece of paper, pencil, and actually drew out what I wanted my eggs to look like. I'm very visual, so I'm gonna have to have an idea before I start doing anything. Otherwise, I'll just stare at the egg, because nothing will come. When you're all set up, you know your design, you know what colors you're gonna need, you take the tissue paper and you tear it into strips. They do not have to be perfect, big, small, doesn't really matter. And then I took the Mod Podge and poured it into a bowl. And once you're ready, you just take the strips of paper, tissue paper, you put them on the egg, and then you just take that sponge paintbrush, dip it in some of the Mod Podge, and then you just use that to paint on, basically. You just paint it on and it'll stick on there, and then you just keep going piece after piece. It takes a little bit of time, but it was kind of therapeutic. I bought a pack that's got several colors in it, but I can already tell that this next year keeping old tissue paper might come in handy, so we can reuse it for crafts. You can get the Mod Podge at any craft store, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and I'm pretty sure Walmart and Target have it in their craft sections also. So the Mod Podge was pretty fun to work with. If you are like me, when I was younger, I enjoyed putting glue on my hands, letting it dry, and then peeling it off, because you know, I only did that when I was younger. But if you enjoyed that, I really think you're gonna like the texture of the Mod Podge. It's pretty much the same. You'll need a sponge paintbrush. Now the paintbrushes, once we were done with them, I tried washing them out. They were pretty much toast. The Mod Podge dried, they were stiff. So just be prepared. You're probably gonna have to just throw it away. This is a little video of Lyra doing some Mod Podge. It's actually on a kit that we had bought. It's a fox that is a night light. It came with the tissue paper and a little pin that had the Mod Podge in it. So side note, I said you could take the strips of tissue paper and just tear them into random pieces and sizes. On my egg that has the polka dots, I did take the circle shape that I wanted, the small and the larger, and I did trace and cut out circle shapes to do those, because there was just no way I could take those jagged edges and make it into a perfect little circle. And the one with the stripes, when I came down to the line, I did take some scissors and make straight lines. Now, you know, some of it, like one side might have been jagged, but I made sure that one side that's gonna make my line straight. So not necessarily every piece can just be whatever shape. If you want some lines and some circles, then you might have to cut specific pieces that you need. So a pointer about the duct tape, don't use black unless you're using some kind of tissue paper that's black. That's all I had around the house. I didn't know how the eggs were going to turn out, so I didn't really want to spend money on duct tape, and I just wanted to use what I had. So black was what I had, black's what I used, but it took several layers to cover up the black. It still worked out okay, but don't use black. I'm really happy with how the little eggs came out. We recycled the Rainbocorns. I've got them in storage, ready for next Easter. It was a pretty good little quarantine craft. And also, the egg that's got spots, that would be perfect if you're gonna have a dinosaur party coming up. I know my niece just had one this last December. That would have been really cute to have several of those eggs, kind of all different kinds of eggs like that as dinosaur eggs to set out as decorations. So I hope you enjoyed our Mod Podge Rainbocorn craft that we came up with. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now with Lyra, she's 9 years old, and the larger eggs were a little harder for her. She got a little impatient. Not really impatient, but just tired. She was ready to be done. So the smaller eggs were a lot better for her to work on. I enjoyed the larger eggs. I enjoyed the time that I got to put into it, the distraction that it created. It was a very nice craft for quarantine time. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on our next adventure.